Megee. I am coming to you from Japan, obviously not Japanese, but representing Japan all the same. I've been living here for about 3 or 4 years, teaching yoga, but also running a hotel here in Japan. So it's a very different lifestyle here. I'm also a coach and Akashic record reader. So really, really excited to be here today and to take you through a restorative practice.
We're just waiting, aren't we? It's interesting. That was one of my plans to do at the end of my yoga when I'm saying namaste, is just to
quiet space. That's was really.
This is fine. This is life. This is real life stuff. This is live, folks.
It's also life, isn't it, Paul?
It's absolutely.
Yeah. Life and live. Kashana, are you standing by still? Is she back? Oh no.
No, she's gone. She's probably just going to.
Yes, of course, Paul. Yeah. Let's just see how the recording and the connection goes.
Yeah. Did you say Kate was back? No.
I am.
Can I just jump in and ask everyone to mute themselves? Because if I mute all, I'm going to accidentally mute Kate. Thank you. Go ahead, Kate.
Oh, just give me 1 second. So hopefully you can hear me. My internet is not being nice to me today. Hang on 1 second. It's going to be an amazing practice when we finally get going. Show 98, join, connect. Okay, can you hear me? Yes, okay, amazing. Everyone take a deep inhale with me and an exhale. So, my name is Kate Megee. I'm coming to you from Japan. I'm going to be teaching you a restorative yoga practice today. We're going to be working on embodying a state of ease, which is the theme of this event, which I think is an amazing theme. What we'll do through my practice to get us there will be a little bit of Qi Gong, moving some energy through the body, working into some acupressure, starting to massage some of the meridian lines in the body that help us reduce stress, dropping in a little bit closer with our awareness into our physical body with some pranayama, and then moving into some restorative poses. So is everyone here new to this event? Has anyone done a around the world in 24 hours event before? If you have, just raise your hand. No, okay, amazing, me neither. So let's begin then, a little bit later than scheduled, but hopefully my internet will stay connected for you, and I can get the timings right, because I was going to use my phone, but it's now plugged into my computer for my internet, so we'll just roll with it. Something that I think embodying ease is all about. It is just rolling with it, really. When life throws us curveballs, how can we stay in that state of like, okay, I've got this, no matter what's going on, no matter that you have tech issues and now your timer is, 5 minutes away from you for your class. So let's begin anyway, and we'll just see how it goes. So if you want to come to your mats, we're going to start standing. I will start my timer. Has a little ding. This is just going to be really to help me cue. If you hear that, just know that that will be a little invitation for us to get moving to the next thing. So I might turn it up a little more so I can hear it. And we're going to get started then. So standing back on your mat, I just want you to take your feet about hip distance apart, pressing the soles of the feet into the mat. Slightly lift your toes so that you really get your weight into the heel. And then place the toes back out, down, and close your eyes. And then just bringing your awareness to your breath, I want you to take a nice long, slow breath in. Big sigh out through your mouth as you exhale. Another breath like that, slowly filling your lungs, expanding your chest. And then, as you exhale, just release everything out. Beautiful. Another inhale slowly. This time when you've taken that full breath in, I want you to hold your breath. Full breath, full lungs, full chest. Holding a little longer. And then a big sigh, exhale. Just as you take that last exhale, I just want you to start to slowly move the body. Start to slowly shift your weight from side to side. See if you can relax through the hips, through the arms, through the neck. And we're going to start to move into a little bit of our Qi Gong practice today. So I want you to lift your left leg up. Start to rotate your foot. And then shake it. And then start to shake the leg. Shake your knee, get into the hip. And then lift up the other foot, lifting the foot, shake it. Shake the thigh, the knee, shake it. And then let's get into both knees. So inviting in a sense of play right now, sense of ease, and like really learning to loosen the body. We're going to get the arms involved. I'm going to shake the hands through the forearms into the shoulders. Keep shaking. I'm going to change my view so I can see everybody. Beautiful. And then really getting into the shoulders as well. Shaking off all the stale energy in the body. So kind of like when we've washed the dog and the dog wants to shake off the water, how can you shake off any energy in your body? So maybe you want to let out some sound in your mouth, maybe a laugh, anything that comes along. You can jump up and down, little hops, listening to your back. If that's a bit too much, no worries. Just keep shaking and shake through another minute or so here. What else can you shake off? You can shake your hair if you want. Getting every little nook and cranny in the body. Beautiful. Shake, shake, shake. Jump, jump, jump. Watch your block. I think some phones just fell over there too. Beautiful. A little bit more shaking. And then coming back to stand. I want you to take your feet slightly wider than your hips. And I want you to take a little slight bend in the knee as well. Really shifting the weight back into the heels. Beautiful. From here, we're going to do some gathering of Qi. So we're going to inhale, we're going to sweep our up to the bow of our head. And on our exhale, we're going to pull our hands down about shoulder width or hip width, down to the waist. Beautiful. On your inhale, let's reach the arms slowly up again. Reaching the top as you exhale, draw those hands slowly down in front of your body. Take your eyes with your hands to the waist. And then as you inhale, sweeping those arms back up. Gathering energy, stopping at the top of the head and pulling that energy down in front of the body. Beautiful. Again, let's inhale, sweep those arms up. So really visualizing when you reach up that you're grabbing onto something maybe about a beach ball size and really try to see its color, its energy. Beautiful. A few more times, reaching up, pulling that ball of sun down towards the waist. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Sweep the arms up, gathering up that energy, pulling that ball of sunshine down. And we're going to hold here at the level of the waist. And now we're going to hold on to that ball of energy that we gathered. I want you to just gently, very gently start to pulse your hands in. Seeing if you can get a really subtle sense of the energy that you've gathered. It could be a slight vibration or tingling in the hands. Maybe it's heat, or maybe it's cold. And then it's a three-dimensional shape, so just moving one hand above, one hand below, and playing with that energy. Rolling it around. Beautiful, really feeling it. And remember, it's a very subtle energy, so sort of like when we hold on to a wet bar of soap, it could slip through the hands, so being really soft with it. Really gentle. Beautiful. Just holding that ball of energy just a little longer, sensing it in your hands. And then we're going to release and let it go. And then I just want you to stand here again. You can straighten through the knees, close the eyes, roll the shoulders up to the ears. And then as you exhale, pull the shoulders down. And just get a sense of how your body feels right now. I'm not sure what time of day it is for you. I'm seeing people from all around the world, so that could be morning, evening, afternoon. Just how do I feel right now? Noticing my physical body. Is there somewhere that feels tight or achy? Noticing the quality of your breath. After jumping around, is it maybe quick or deep? And we're noticing the beating of your heart and just becoming aware of the pace of the beat. And also just checking in with your emotional state. What feelings are here right now? And just being a curious observer. What is here right now? Beautiful. If your eyes are closed, opening them, we're going to move down to the mat. So coming down to the ground. Just going to check that my camera's going to get all of that in. Of the left hand. We're going to actually switch it around. Right hand, left hand behind, right hand, heel of the right hand. And then we're going to press the heel of the right hand into the midline of the thigh, so pushing it down. And then take it a little bit closer to the knee and press again with the heel into the midline or the middle of your thigh. Working down the middle of the leg towards the knee. And don't rush this. Slowly sending the hand towards the knee, pressing into that middle line. Once you the knee, working around into the calf, so really kneading that calf muscle, pushing the muscle away from the bone there, pressing into the line, middle line of the calf, down to the ankle. And then let's come back up to the thigh and do that again. So pressing that heel in, into that midline. Anywhere that you feel tired or extra sensitive, maybe you can spend a little more time there. Working your way around your knee, into the calf, pressing that into the squishy part of your calf, massaging the calf, all the way down to the ankle. And then let's move into the foot. So massaging the sole of your foot. Underneath that ball of the foot. About right underneath the ball there. There's a squishy point called the spring point here in the meridian line, and that is very directly connected to the kidneys. So pushing into that point there, releasing that kidney meridian there. Often when we are a bit fatigued or burnt out, that place can be quite squishy, it doesn't spring back. So just noticing how yours might feel. Beautiful, let's one more time from the top. Work your way down from your thigh in the midline. Finding any particular spot that wants a little extra love. And then into the foot, giving that one more massage, separate the toes, stretch them apart. Massage into that spring point. And then taking the back of the hand, we're going to tap the foot. Give it a good tap. And then work up the calf, around the knee, and back up to the thigh. Let's do that again from the foot. Tapping the toes, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel, up the ankle, up the inner thigh. And then let's do the other leg. So extend your right leg out, pull your left leg in, Using now the left heel of your left hand, reach your right one behind, and then press that heel into the midline of the left leg. Beautiful, working your way down the middle of the thigh, paying particular attention. Pressing in, taking your time, noticing any tendency to want to rush and get it done, and knowing that we have time. This COVID situation has shown us, I think, a lot about time moving into your foot now. And I think for me especially, I've noticed how it's changed my relationship with time. Massaging into that ball of the foot, working into the arch and your heel, and then coming to your spring point, that midline underneath the ball of the foot, giving that some love. Beautiful. Let's one more time from the top of the hip, so working from the inner thigh, pressing down, working along to the knee, into the calf. Beautiful. One more time into your foot, separate your toes, stretch them apart. Massage that ball of the foot into your arch and play with that spring point in your foot. Beautiful. Now taking the back of your hand, let's tap the foot and then up the calf, into the knee, and up to the thigh. Again, tapping your foot, along your calf, along the knee, into the thigh. Beautiful. So maybe your legs feel a little tingly now, that's good. We're going to move into some pranayama and really beginning to draw our senses into our body. So sitting cross-legged, if this feels fine for you to sit for a few minutes, great. If it doesn't, you can grab a block or a bolster, popping that underneath the hips to elevate the hips a little. I prefer a bit of elevation. So anyone who hasn't done pranayama before, we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. I'll give you a short demonstration. If you know how to do this, you can begin now. But for those who don't, we're going to take our right hand, we're going to close the first and the second finger so that we've got the thumb and ring finger available for the breath. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in and then empty our breath. Then we're going to take the thumb, place it on the right nostril and close the nostril. We're going to take a deep inhale through the left. Once the inhale finishes, take that ring finger, close the left nostril, open the right, and exhale. Once you've exhaled, inhale again through your right nostril. When you complete your inhale, close the nostril with your thumb, open the left side, and exhale. Once you complete the exhale, slowly breathing in. With the full lungs, closing with the ring finger, opening the nostril on the right with your thumb, and exhale. I want you to continue with a few rounds of breath like that. Finding a pace that feels really nourishing for you today. If at any point you feel anxious or short of breath, you can stop and just breathe normally. Starting again at any time. Otherwise, breathing in nice, slow, full breaths. And exhale, trying to keep that exhale the same pace. Beautiful, few more breaths like that. We're regulating our body here, starting to slow down. Starting to draw our awareness and our attention inward. And this beautiful process of taking long, deep breaths in allows us to stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system. And this is the part of our nervous system that lets us relax, restore, and replenish. It's almost like taking a big sigh. When we do that, that's a signal for our bodies that whatever stress we might have been feeling is over and it's time to rest. Completing whatever breath you are on now, if that's an inhale or an exhale, taking your hand away from your nose. I want you just to place both hands on your knees with your eyes closed. Just breathing gently now, in and out through the nose. And just sensing again how your body feels now. Noticing any subtle changes to the breath, to the emotions, just your general sense of being. And then I'm going to get you to open your eyes and we're going to move into our restorative poses. So if you're on a block, just moving that to the side. We're going to start with fish pose. So I'm going to show you a couple of variations. As I mentioned on my videos, I'm just using household items across your mat. I'd like you to take a blanket or a towel to rest underneath your head. And we're going to come to lay on our backs with the support, the bolster or your pillow, very much under sort of the middle of the back. We want the sternum to be the highest point. So you're going to roll back. We're going to get our shoulders onto the floor, adjusting the blanket or the towel under your head so that your chin and your forehead are in line. So just testing out how this feels for your back. If that feels great, then you're going to also put a strap around the thighs. That's an option. If this feels too much, I'm going to show you another variation. You can move away the pillow and take another towel on the long edge and we're going to roll it up. So you can also use another yoga mat for this. This can be the fulcrum point to lift the chest. Maybe this feels a little better. So just playing with those options. This also is going to come to the bottom of the shoulder blades and we're going to reach the arms out to the side. Now if you have a strap, we're going to take that around the legs. So looping that around the thighs to add a little extra support here. If you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf. If you don't have a scarf or a strap, that's fine. You can also just straighten your legs. Another option being to just let the knees fall to the midline, taking the feet slightly. You're thinking to what to do, placing that around. Pose, just noticing any sensations in the front of the body. And really just becoming aware of what you feel, much like we've done so far. Noticing any tingling, any vibration, maybe any heat or cool. We're not needing to change anything here, just really being aware of what is here and allowing it to be here. Letting the breath go. We were practicing pranayama before with the controlling of our inhale and exhale, and here I really want you just to let it all go. Letting the breath be more organic and spacious. And by organic, that means really just letting your breath be whatever it is. Is it going to be shallow or is it going to be a little deeper? What does your body want? When we talk about spacious, when we're in this kind of pose, we're extending our spine in a way that naturally leads to the breath feeling like there's more space to breathe. So just really allowing that to be your experience. Beautiful. I'll take a few more minutes here in this pose. And as we do so, I just want you to notice any layers in your body where you might be bracing, and especially in the front of the body. And any way you feel that you might be resisting or holding on, I want you to see if you can just soften. Allow your body to be supported by the block beneath you, by the straps, and really by the floor. You're going to hold here for about another 30 seconds. Really letting the body go. Letting the breath go. And I want you to take a deeper inhale, filling your lungs. And as you exhale, you're going to gently roll onto the right side and slowly push yourself up. And we're going to take the strap off and we're going to sit up for our next pose. So we're going to come onto the mat as if we were going to take a child's pose. So I'd like your knees nice and wide and your toes touching. You can move your blanket away. So I'm going to show you a couple of options for this pose as well. So using your pillow or your bolster. If you're super flexible, you can just have one pillow or one bolster. And that's going to be sort of between the knees. Don't put it too close here. We want to have enough room for our whole body. And just try this out. Coming to rest the upper body on that bolster or pillow. If that doesn't feel like enough and that feels like you're at your sort of full range point, then let's add more support, because it's not so much here about being at the end point of our range here. We want to feel supported. So option, add a second pillow or another bolster and try that out. We want to not have any pressure on the arms. We really want to feel supported. If that doesn't feel like enough, and my personal preference is take a block or some books. And if you want to do that, we're going to add that underneath both cushions. So it's going to bring those cushions, that support, even closer towards our body. And then we're going to place our right ear on that cushion and let the arms fall to the side. You might like to place a blanket or towel in between the bottom and the feet for a little extra support. Really want you to find something that feels comfortable. We're going to be holding here for a few minutes. So it's very much about something you can maintain and allow that state of ease to come in. If this is too much for the knees, the other option is to take all of that away and just have one cushion. And we're going to straighten the legs. So we just want to lift the back of the body. So having that support underneath the torso, you can straighten the legs, allowing the back of the body to open. So taking a few minutes here to find that comfortable spot for you. And then notice how the quality of the breath changes as we move on to our bellies. It's becoming maybe a little more shallow, not so deep. And really just allowing your breath to flow with ease. And then I want you to gently turn your head to the opposite direction so that your left ear now comes down to the mat. or your bolster, sorry, your support. And as you settle in with your head turned to this opposite direction, I just want you to notice anywhere you might be bracing again. Is there anywhere you're feeling resistance or pushing? And see if you can allow yourself to soften those areas. This event today is about embodying ease. And as I said at the start, I think embodying ease is very much about learning to embrace any experience that arises. And we can practice this beautiful skill when we're on our mats. So as you soften into this pose, I want you to embrace whatever is coming up. Anything that might feel pleasant, neutral, unpleasant. Be that a thought, an emotion, or a sensation. And just make space for it. There's no need to solve anything, to fix anything, or to do anything. Just allowing whatever to arise to be what is. It's very much about practicing patience and being curious. What is here now? What is here now? We're taking a few more minutes here. Again, checking if there's anywhere that you can soften a little more, anywhere that you're still bracing. And then with a nice long inhale, I want you to slowly press your hands into the floor, pushing your body up, but let your head come up last. We're going to move our bolsters off to the side. If you had your block underneath your bolsters, keep that handy. We're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So sitting down on your mat, let's begin by putting the strap around our thighs. So this is on the upper thigh, allow hip width with the strap, and then we're going to come to lay it on the mat. So keeping the heels close to the bottom. The first thing I want you to do is just gently press your forearms into the mat and then lift your bottom up by pushing through your heels and find 100% in your bridge. So this isn't where we want to take our restorative pose. We're going to drop our hips now maybe to about 70% or 50%. And once you find that point, I want you to grab your block or your books. If you don't have either of those, you can use your pillows or your bolster. And we're going to place that now underneath the sacrum. So that triangular You can also play with your arms being in a more cactus position, so the hands being fingertips facing up towards the top of your mat, arms at a 90-degree angle, but I really suggest just down by the side, a real state of sort of openness and receptivity. I'm taking a few moments now just to settle into this pose and noticing the sensations that come with this type of position, this shape. And right now, knowing that from moment to moment, that can change. And that is okay. Really allowing yourself to enter into a state of ease. Not needing to control it. Beautiful practice used in our life is witnessing our breath as a powerful way to bring us back to presence. When we find ourselves worrying about the future, thinking about our to-dos, or revisiting the past, our breath is a beautiful gift of presence, something that we can come back to and anchor into anytime we like, and return to a state of just being aware of this moment and this moment. We can also use sensations in the body as a way to bring us back to presence. Noticing temperature, tingling, vibration. We can also employ gratitude and appreciation. There's another powerful tool to come back to the present moment. And as we enter the final moments of this pose, just checking again to see if you have a relative state of ease within your body. There will be some areas that might feel tight or constricted or uncomfortable. Making any minor adjustments that you need. And then just allowing your upper body to spill from your hips down to the floor. Letting the arms be supported by the floor, the shoulders. Relaxing through your neck. Relax your jaw. Maybe parting the teeth and letting the tongue come away from the roof of the mouth. Maybe parting your lips open. And relax the face. Allowing your body to be in a state of ease. And taking a deep breath in, opening your eyes if they're closed. And before we leave this pose, I want you just to squeeze your hips on the block. So squeezing the buttocks, squeezing the hips, and then release. And then squeeze again, the buttocks and the hips, and release. Let's do it one more time. Squeeze and release. This time as you squeeze, lift your hips up so that you can remove the block from underneath you or your books or any support that you had there. And then just let the hips come back down to the ground, and let's hold here for a second. Again, just tune into any sensations that you now feel in your hips. Being aware of what's here now. Maybe some tingling. Maybe the floor feels different beneath the hips. Being aware of what is. And then gently rolling onto your right side. Take a brief pause. And then on an inhale, gently press yourself up. Taking the strap off the legs, keeping that to the side. We're going to come into another beautiful pose, another incredibly restful pose. Starting on your knees on your mat. We're going to rest first of all our right side. So taking your bolster or your pillow and placing the long edge on the long edge of your mat. You might want to grab a towel or a blanket. I'll show you what we can do with that in a second. And let's come to sit. So your legs, your knees separate. You've just got your hips on the floor. Don't have your pillow too close to your hips here because we want to be able to get the full upper body onto the mat. So when you're ready, place your hands either side of your support and just turn your upper body towards that. Not needing to force any twisting here, just allowing yourself to look at the pillow. I want you to take a nice inhale here. And on your exhale, we're going to slowly lower the ribs onto the mat, the chest, and the face. Then your left hand, we're going to place that at a 90-degree angle out in front of us with our palm facing down. The hand behind you is going to have the palm up, and we're going to reach that down behind us. I'll show you what that looks like on this side. So the arm behind us comes down but alongside the hip with the palm facing up. If that's too much for you, you can bring both hands forward, but otherwise the hand is down with the fingertips behind us. Beautiful. Settling in here. Letting your knees fall apart. If you want to, you can place that blanket between the knees if that feels more supportive. You can also have your knees stacked if that supports the back. But otherwise, really just let the knees fall apart and close your eyes. And just allow the natural winding of this twist to happen through gravity. If you'd like an extra pillow, you can also have 2 pillows under the body here. You want to allow the shoulder, the right shoulder, to drop towards the floor. Allowing the right ribs as well to drop to the side, kind of off your bolster. And again, just notice if you are resisting, especially on the right side, if there's any resisting or pushing against the floor. And if there is, just allow yourself to drop. Let that side really drop down. And in this twisting pose, also notice the change in your breath. Noticing how it becomes softer, quieter. And take this opportunity to go a little more inward with your breath, making it a more internal practice. So that means to bring your awareness, your attention just a little deeper into your body. Another layer closer to the heart of your heart, to the center of your center. Again, letting the breath be. Allowing it to choose the pace, the body to decide. And you relinquish control. And drop a little layer deeper into a state of ease. And in the final moments of this twist on this side, maybe you'll experience a second or a third layer of release on that right side. And just go wherever it takes you. Allowing whatever is here to be. Again, practicing patience. And patience being different from that quality of waiting, that idea of tolerating. Here, our patience is the idea of curiosity. What is here in this moment? What is here right now? And make space for what is here right now. For any sensation and all sensations, any feelings, any thoughts, full acceptance, full compassion. Embodying ease means to be free of preference. On your next inhale, slide your hand that's behind you forward and gently pressing your upper body up, letting the head come up last. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just turning the body or the legs so that we're going to lay the left side of our body down now. Let your knees separate. Place your hands either side of your pillow. And again, left side might feel different. So maybe you want extra support here. Maybe you want less. Play with the position to start and see how your body feels. Begin with an inhale. And then as you exhale, laying the side of the body down. The left side of the face to the pillow or the bolster. Right hand palm down comes forward. Left hand palm up comes back. And trying not to twist into this pose, but rather just let it happen. Let gravity pull you into this pose. Begin to settle in. Noticing anywhere that you are bracing, resisting. And with an exhale, just let go. Let the left side fall to the floor. And notice how the twist and this shape affects the breath. How it becomes soft and shallow. And really just invite that in. Making space as well for whatever arises. Sensations, emotions, feelings. Not needing to change anything. Being okay with all of it. Embodying a state of ease. Preference free. Just being. And on your inhale, I want you to slide your back hand forward, gently pressing yourself up, letting your head come up last. You're going to move into our final pose. So moving your bolsters away. If you have your chair, we're going to grab a hold of that chair now. Bring the chair to the end of your mat. And I want you to grab a blanket or a support for your head. And if you have anything that you can cover your eyes with as well, grabbing hold of that. We're going to first set ourselves up here. So I want to get the calves onto the seat of the chair. And I want your calves to be flat, so horizontal. And I also want your thighs not to be perpendicular. So we want to be able to have some space between your hips and the chair. So if your calves are pushing into the edge of the chair, maybe you can use a bolster or a support under the hips so that you can get those calves flat. And then you still have your angle with your thighs. So just playing with the position here. If you want to have a strap around your thighs, you can. We're going to place a blanket or a pillow or a towel underneath the head. Again, the hands can be out to the side with the palms facing up. If you have anything to cover your eyes, then I'd like you to do that now. So placing that over the eyes. I'm going to drop into our final pose here. A really powerful pose for inviting in a deep sense of rest. And we hold this pose for long periods of time. We activate our nervous system and our adrenals, which are responsible for our stress response in the body, and we let it know that it's okay to rest. We often spend a large part of our day and our life in a stress response, maybe even unconsciously. This could just be from the demands of our life, the demands of our job, the demands of family, expectations we have of ourselves or those that others have of us. So it's important to find a way to incorporate rest and ease into your life. When we're in chronic states of stress or in that kind of stress state for long periods of time, causes dis-ease in the body. And this dis-ease then leads to health problems. It's a beautiful pose that you can just do in your life. End of the day, spend 10 minutes. Your feet on the chair. You can hold for longer, that's even better. And again, allowing the breath just to be. Nothing to do. Nothing to fix. As you rest here in this pose, coming home to that center of your center, to the heart of your heart, dropping that final layer deeper into your body, into yourself. Really coming home to that quiet, soft space within. That source of all of that energy. Filling your cup. Allowing your whole body to be supported by the floor. A state of ease. Just beginning now to deepen your breath. Wriggle your fingers. Wriggle your toes. Maybe stretching your arms above your head Taking a deep breath in, taking your legs off the chair, gently rolling onto your right side. Needing any supports. And then inhale, gently pressing yourself up. Maybe sit on your mat. Hands to your heart. Just bow our heads in gratitude for Paul and his amazing idea of bringing yogis around the world together to help others embody ease. Thank you, Paul. And to yourself for showing up for yourself today and to this practice and for my class. Namaste.